Happy Hump Day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. It is day 2 of the excitement in the air. Everybody knows it's day 2 of Donald Trump's Senate impeachment trial. And if Mitch McConnell has his way, this trial will go just like Donald Trump's dating career. Quick and disappointing and no questions asked. Also, I would like $130,000 to forget I ever met him. And I will tell you all about it in tonight's Don and the Giant Impeach.
He's such a pain in the ass.
Now, once again, the lead manager of the case today was Adam Schiff. It was gratifying to see someone taking the constitutional responsibility of their office seriously. He laid out the case against the president clearly, passionately, cogently, and I believe courageously. Because whether or not President Trump is removed from office, history will not forgive those who looked the other way at his abuses or forget those who stepped into the breach at this moment of crisis. So no surprise, the #1 trending topic on Twitter was Mr. Peanut. Yeah! Evidently, he died. Okay. But #2 was Gritty. We're doomed. #3 was the trial. Schiff was ready even before the trial started. There was a rumor circulating that Republicans would allow Democrats to call John Bolton as a witness if they could call Joe Biden. But Schiff shot that idea down.
Trials aren't trades for witnesses. This isn't like some fantasy football trade.
He's right. This Senate trial isn't like fantasy football. For one thing, if you start talking about the Senate trial, I won't leave the room. At 1 o'clock, Schiff took to the well of the Senate and played the hits.
President Trump responded by saying, "I would like you to do us a favor, though." The so-called three amigos. Everyone was in the loop.
Woo! Do quid pro quo! Woo! Do drug deal! Woo! Schiff stood there today in front of his audience discussing the president's corruption and incompetence, using graphics, audio, and video of witnesses, even clips of Trump incriminating himself. Hey, Schiff, you're treading on my turf. If I find out you've got a house band, I'm suing. Schiff laid out his premise clearly and passionately.
The only conclusion consistent with the facts and law, not just the law but the Constitution, is clear. If this conduct is not impeachable, then nothing is.
Really? Nothing? Woohoo! Corruption party at my place. First one there gets to replace Lincoln on the 5. Now, you couldn't help. You could not help. Abraham. You could not help but be moved by the historic nature of the event, unless you were Senator Rand Paul, because according to one reporter, every few minutes, Rand Paul keeps flipping through his notebook to do bits of a crossword. Let's see here. Sackless Trump toady, 8 letters. Oh, Rand Paul. There you go. I do it in pen. While the trial was mostly full of material we've heard before, there was some breaking news. Our own CBS News reporter Grace Seegers reported the scoop. Tom Cotton has milk. This is not a drill. He has a glass in addition to his glass of water. He is the first senator I've seen to request and get milk. I repeat, Tom Cotton has milk. Wow, Tom, you know that must have pissed off Bernie Sanders. Top Cotton's milk must be evenly distributed through the Senate. Right now, 1% of the senators have 100% of the 2%. It's a shame. It's a shanda. Yesterday, the trial went until nearly 2 a.m. That is late. Can we see how it ended?
I ask unanimous consent that the trial adjourn until 1 p.m. Wednesday, January 22nd, and that this order also constitute the adjournment of the Senate.
Without objection, so ordered. The Senate is adjourned.
Closing time.
Anytime anything ends at 2 a.m., you legally have to play that song. The late night was especially tough for Chief Justice John Roberts, who was scheduled to be back in the Supreme Court for oral arguments today at 10 a.m. Okay, all right. What's up, Breyer? Okay, what are we talking about? Yeah. Guns are legal and corporations are people. Please don't argue so loud. Ginsburg, can I lay my head on your doily? Can I? No? Okay. Chuck Schumer kept proposing amendments. Mitch McConnell kept tabling those amendments by party line votes. Republicans rejected seeing records from the White House, evidence from the State Department, documents from the Office of Management and Budget, Defense Department documents, and subpoenas for testimony from John Bolton and Mick Mulvaney. Oh, come on, why are you rejecting all information? Aren't you the least bit curious about all the crazy Trump did? You don't even have to do anything about it. Just vote to find out what it was. Everybody wants to find out their boss's secrets. Take it from me. You don't want to learn it from a Ronan Farrow article. So, it was no surprise. You don't.
Want that one, Pop.
You don't.
Come on,
you don't
now.
want to do that. So it was no surprise that things got a little testy between the Democratic impeachment managers and Trump's lawyers, starting when Jerry Nadler went off on Trump's team's constant lies.
I am struck by what we have heard from the President's counsel so far tonight. They lie, and lie, and lie, and lie.
They lie and lie and lie and lie. That's not entirely accurate. They also lie. But those accusations outraged Trump lawyer and man staring at you from across the produce aisle, Pat Cipollone. Cipollone had enough of the Democrats' brazen calls for evidence.
It's about time we bring this power trip in for a landing. It's a farce, and it should end. Mr. Nadler, you owe an apology to the President of the United States and his family.
Yes. And while you're at it, could you also apologize to the president's previous family and the one before that? They're all still waiting. What? Please? Finally, Chief Justice Roberts stepped in to call for order.
I think it is appropriate at this point for me to admonish both the House managers and the President's counsel in equal terms to remember that they are addressing the world's greatest deliberative body.
Yes, the Senate is the world's greatest deliberative body, not to be confused with People Magazine's annual hottest deliberative body, Smoking Grassley. Now, it looks good. It looks really good.
Got some stuff
I didn't expect that from Chuck Grassley. Now,
The grass.
Chuck Grass-Fed. Justice Roberts, grass-fed beef. Justice Roberts reached back into history to provide an example of the Senate standing up for decorum.
In the 1905 Swain trial, a senator objected when one of the managers used the word pettifogging, and the presiding officer said the word ought not to have been used.
Mr. Chief Justice, you're going to have to come up with another example because I'm pettifogging sure nobody knows what that word means. Now, after...
Pettifog.
Bestiality? Pettifogging?
Petticoat junction. What's your function?
After Trump lawyer Jay Sekulow asked, "Why are we here?" Representative Hakeem Jeffries gave him this answer.
We are here, sir, to follow the facts, apply the law, be guided by the Constitution, and present the truth to the American people. That is why we are here, Mr. Sekulow. And if you don't know, now you know.
Nicely done. Nicely done. That's good.
Yay.
That was good. Of course. Old school hip hop fans like me know that that's a quote from the notorious B.I.G.'s song Juicy. And of course, rap has a long history in our nation's discourse. As George Washington said in his farewell address, "As the father of the country, please call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air as you cross the Delaware." Yeah. So beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So beautiful. Other than video cameras controlled by the Senate, no recording devices are allowed in the chamber during the Senate trial. But like in a regular trial, sketch artists are allowed in, which is how we know that yesterday, Idaho Senator James Risch fell asleep. Okay, listen, give him a break. This thing went to almost 2 a.m. It's totally understandable that Senator Risch fell asleep at 5:30 p.m. Wow. Wow. 4.5 hours in, somebody poke him. He didn't just nod off for a second. He was asleep long enough to be hand-drawn. Put a glass under his mouth to see if it fogs up a little bit. Now, the sketch artists got images of all the main characters, including this generous depiction of Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer. And look next to Schumer's desk. They have a spittoon in the Senate. They have to, okay? It's for Amy Klobuchar. She can make that sucker ring from 50 feet out. Point of order. Thank you. Thank you very much. But the sketch artist did take some liberties, like this picture of Marco Rubio writing with a quill pen. He actually drew that.
Wow.
It seems weird, which is why Rubio's office told reporters that he does not use quill pens. So that means the sketch artist could just make things up? Well, that explains this rendering of Senator Dianne Feinstein. We got a great show for you tonight. John Mulaney is here. When we return, I'll be right here with more monologue. There's just too much monologue.